Hi, my name's Sam Weber, and today I'll be talking about striking a balance, offsetting human damages in coral reefs. Coral damage has a wide variety of consequences. Coral reefs are usually the center of aquatic life where they're present. They're an important food and medicine source for local communities, and they attract tourism that brings a lot of different industries, such as resorts, restaurants, and tours, into the area that stimulates the local economy. However, when corals are damaged or disappear, so too do those benefits. Oftentimes, the damages to corals are due to humans. We can see pollution from cities and other different types of coastal development. Agriculture and forest loss leads to muddying or unclear waters. We have warming water and an increase in hurricanes that are a result of climate change. We can see damage from boats hitting the corals. And there's also overfishing, in which fish can often be depleted from the areas within these coral reefs. So there's this constant tension between environmental and economic health. So how might we be able to offset some of these human damages to corals? For this project, we'll be looking specifically in the Mesoamerican Reef, which is the largest coral reef in the Western Hemisphere, and it stretches over 700 miles down the coast of Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, and Honduras. And you can see the coral reef areas highlighted in red on the map. We were able to acquire 13 years of data provided by the Healthy Reef Initiative, which was taking data from 2005 to 2018. We were able to get over 900 data points, where on the map you can see a data point represented by a blue dot. These data points were highly detailed, but we'll be focusing mainly on disease, fish, and coral types. With disease, we expect higher damage to lead to higher disease. With fish, we expect higher damage to lead to fewer fish. And with coral types, we expect more rugged species to grow after more sensitive species have been damaged and die. And we'll be looking at how mangrove forests and marine protected areas might be able to offset some of the damages. So when we look at mangroves, we can see that they have these really dense root structures, which are really good at holding the ground in place and protecting against things like waves and hurricanes. And they also have these very lush leaves above them. So, like we were saying, they can provide protection from storms and waves. They can remove pollution and nutrients before they reach corals. They can provide extra habitat for additional species. And mangroves are also great carbon sinks, and they can help mitigate some of the impacts of climate change. And when we look at marine protected areas and how they can offset some of the damage, if we compare the unprotected area on the left to the protected area on the right, we can see that the protected areas have the opportunity to restock fish, to limit pollution and runoff, limit just the amount of human activity that happens in them. It can just give the area a chance to rest and recover. And there can also be regular coral health monitoring, which can help establish a baseline for health and track it over the course of time. So with this research, we expect that corals that are closer to and have larger mangrove forests will see less disease, more fish, and more sensitive species. The same follows with marine protected areas, where corals in marine protected areas will have less disease, more fish, and more sensitive species. And we'll also expect that these rugged species will probably be less influenced by the presence of mangrove forests or marine protected areas than sensitive species. And you can see a rugged species here on the left and a sensitive species here on the right. So with this, we would hypothesize that increasing mangrove forests and marine protected areas can help strike a balance between these environmental and economic health measures. Thank you.